Before we get started with the video, I'd like to apologize for the constant whirring in the background. That is my air conditioner. Hey guys, what's up? It's Isaac here, and today we're going to be doing episode 8 of Down the Road, where we go over generations of a certain product line. And yeah, so today we are going to be going down the road of the PlayStations. So PlayStation has been around for a long time. It's been out since 1995, and yeah. So the original PlayStation wasn't even called PS1. The PS1 wasn't even the first. The original one was just called PlayStation. So the PlayStation was released on September 9th of 1995, and wow, I've seen PlayStation games and the original PlayStation games, and like, wow, with those really old, those really ancient looking quality, and like 15 megabyte memory cards. So like, wow. And then about 5 years later we get the PS1, which is strange why they had the PlayStation and then PS1. I don't really get it. But the PS1 was released on September 19th of 2000, and the PS1 was not very different from the original PlayStation. I don't really know that many specs about the PS1 or PlayStation, or the original PlayStation. I don't know. And then just about a month later we get the PlayStation 2. So the PlayStation 2 was released on October 26th of 2000, and yeah, the PS2 was way different from the original PlayStation. It added the just slide the disc in to insert it, and it also added the new interface. Yeah, and then about 4 years later we get the PlayStation 2 Slim. So the Slim line was released on November 25th of 2004, and it was kind of ahead of the original Xbox, but not really. But like, I don't really know if it was comparable to the original Xbox or not, because the original PS2 is older than the original Xbox, 2000 to 2001. So yeah, and then about 2 years later we get the PS3. So the PlayStation 3 was released on November 17th of 2006, and so just last year it celebrated its 10th anniversary. So the PS3, compared to now the PS4 Pro, it's so heavy. But the PS3 added a brand new interface with the PS2, and I've never used a PS2. I had a PS3, but it broke, because it ended up not being able to read discs. After a while, it was old. Like, we had it for a while. So, but the PlayStation 3 was able to be backwards compatible with the PS2 games. But then that sort of shut down. And then about 3 years later, we get the PS3 Slim. So the PS3 Slim was released on August 18th of 2009, and it was a lot lighter and thinner than the original PlayStation 3, and it was way easier. It was a little bit faster, but like not that much different. Yeah, and then about 3 years later we get the PS3 Super Slim. So the Super Slim was released on September 25th of 2012, and it was way smaller than the original PS3, and not that much smaller than the PS3 Slim, but yeah, and it was really light, and it had this. But the problem with the PS3 Super Slim is that it had this really dumb sliding door for the discs. Like, come on, Sony, really? And yeah, and then a little more than a year later we get the PS4. So the PS4 was released on November 15th of 2013, and it was way, way different compared to the PS3. It had this kind of burger style. I mean,
You sure about the burger style thing?
Not really, but like
seems
it was kind of like a stacked kind of thing. It was strange, but PS4 it was super fast, and I have a PS4, but yeah, I use it sometimes, but not often. I don't have it here at my house; it's at my dad's house. But yeah, the PS4 is a good machine. You know, it's powerful, and the PlayStation 4 interface is way different than the PS3 interface. Like, holy lord! And I think the PS4 interface is a lot better. And then about a year later, about 3 years later, we get the PS4 Slim. So the PS4 Slim was released on September 15th of 2016, and it's not that much different than the original PS4, and you can't expect your original PS4 to be obsolete anytime soon. It's just that, well, it's cheaper, it's smaller, and it accepts all games that were available from the original PS4. Like I said, you don't really see your PS4 becoming obsolete anytime soon. Sony should support it for many years to come. But yeah, and then about 2 months later we get the PS4 Pro. So the PS4 Pro was released on November 10th of 2016, and it added a few things that the Slim or the original PS4 didn't have, like 4K gaming, and it didn't come with Ultra HD Blu-rays like the Xbox One S. It still is stuck with HD Blu-rays, which is weird because Sony was the founder of Blu-ray, so like, I don't know, but it also added the kind of the triple stack design. I don't know, and it also added better compatibility for PSVR, which PSVR, yeah, I don't do PSVR. I have a different VR headset called Real Feel Racing VR or something. Yeah, that. But yeah. So that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Comment your first experience with any sort of PlayStation. Mine was the PS3, the original PS3. And now I still use the PS4. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.